Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be reviewing the Advent Vega tablet PC. The Vega features a 10.1 inch capacitive multi-touch compatible display, a massive black border running around the screen which I think is overly large. On the top of the device we have the microphone, a hardware autofocus, a hardware power and sleep button which I have reassigned to be a home button, since this device, as you can see on the edges, has no hardware home button, which is quite annoying. We have a hardware orientation lock, which takes quite a lot of force to pull and push, and then the hardware back button. Moving around to the side, got a volume rocker, it's quite low profile. We've got a headphone jack, then this nice little flap, and behind this there is a microSD card slot which comes with a 4GB microSD as standard, but I've just upgraded this to a 16GB microSD to make it equal to the entry-level iPad. There's a full-size USB port which is not USB host, it's USB slave, but through mods on Vega.modico.com you can turn this into a host port, so you can plug in hard drives, USB keys, and keyboards, mouses, etc. And here we have a full-sized HDMI out, which is quite useful. It's not one of those mini HDMI ports you get on camcorders. And then there's the serial number of the device here. We've got a power port here for the rather crap charger. Here we have the docking port for the upcoming dock that they're going to be releasing. On this side there's nothing, it's completely blank. And one last thing to mention. Up here there's a sort of cutout that doesn't open, but I reckon your SIM card will go there and it will plug into the 3G modem inside, which will then connect to the 3G network when they make a 3G version, and if they make a 3G version. At the back we've got just the Advent branding, and then your information about the device, you know, the serial number and everything again at the bottom. I'm just going to move the tripod, which you can see in the rather reflective screen. Okay, and I'm back. Let's power this on, and I forgot to mention earlier there is a 1.3 megapixel webcam in the bezel here, but it's, well, totally and utterly useless, to be honest. It is really crap quality, so I wouldn't bother with that. But yeah, I'm going to hold down this power button here and the device will power on. There we go. Now the viewing angles on this aren't great due to the fact it uses a netbook's 10.1 inch display. It has an NVIDIA Tegra 2 dual-core 1GHz processor. It says booting on display here. And it has 512 megs of RAM. Here we go, the Advent splash screen has appeared, and it's going to boot into Android 2.2 Froyo. Its boot times aren't mega long, but I don't know what they are compared to an iPad. The screen just got a bit brighter. There we go. I have to use this on medium brightness due to the fact that I think it's got an LED backlit screen. I read somewhere it has, but I'm not sure that's true, if that's true or not. But due to this being so bright, in my opinion, I'm using it on half brightness. Right, we're at the lock screen, which I'll just unlock. And here's my Android Froyo desktop. What you see here is not what you'll receive on the standard Vega, like when you unbox it, because on this I am running the 1.06.05 firmware, I think it is, with the Modico Custom ROM R6 and Performance Pack, which you can download from Vega.modico.com at a cost of £10 for a year's subscription if you want the Performance Pack, which I would recommend. As you can hear and see, I just received a new email, and on the back there are a pair of stereo speakers at the bottom, here and here, and a big fingerprint mark, so this picks up fingerprints on the back. The desktop you see here, this menu bar at the top is usually about that thick. It usually goes from the top of the screen to about the bottom of the Google search bar. That's how thick your standard Android notification bar is going to be. There's the notifications drawer, which animates pretty smoothly. Yeah, so because this has been hacked, I've installed the smaller menu bar, which I found much better. As you can see here, it's displaying a software back button, a menu key, which opens up that menu at the bottom, the time, battery, Wi-Fi, like new mail notification and a home button, on-screen home button. And this launcher you see here, normally you'd have a great big bar going across the bottom with preset shortcuts that you can't get rid of. That is quite annoying, so I've installed, I think it's something like ADB Launcher, or something similar like that. So I can put my own applications on the bottom. I don't have to have that stupid great big long bar at the bottom with the Advent's preset applications. I've also got this animated background, which is off the Google Nexus One, which you can tap and pretty things appear. I can also add widgets to my home screen. Say, I don't know, let's chuck the Facebook app on there. So there you go, I've got a Facebook app now, and I can add what's on my mind to it, and there's someone's status. So I'm going to delete that now. It's dead easy, just do that. It's gone. I can also customize these 3 dots here, except the middle one I can customize. Hold on, I can customize these 2. I put settings and browser on there. On the standard launcher you have browser and Wi-Fi on here. But let's go ahead and, I don't know, open the Android market. The screen is pretty responsive. Sometimes the Android market doesn't load straight away, and you can only access the Android market and do all the things I've said here with the Modico custom ROM, which I do 100% recommend for this, because it's totally useless without it. There's no point in buying it if you haven't got that, unless you just intend it to use it to browse the web and receive email. Let's try the market again. Here we go, the market's loaded, and with the new update the market looks quite nice. And I can go through all these apps here. Or I can hit games, all games, top 3 games. I can easily install an app from the market, so say Angry Birds Seasons, free, okay. Comparing this to the App Store on the iOS platform, I've yet to find a problem with the amount of applications in here. I mean, this has got enough amount of applications for my need, and I can find an application on here to do all the same things the applications do on the iOS platform, even the pointless ones like gun apps, for example. So I've opened my app drawer. Now scrolling can be quite annoying sometimes. Sometimes when I scroll this, it will randomly open an application. It'll be very laggy like that, but I'm fine with that. It's not a big deal for me. So as you can see here, Angry Birds Seasons just installed. So I will go ahead and open that. The screen is very bright, like I said, and but just has crap viewing. I'll see if I turn the screen like that, it goes quite dark. But here we go. To play Season's Greetings. So I'll demonstrate the multi-touch for you. It's quite good. And the speakers are quite loud. I think they're a tiny bit louder than the iPad speakers. There you go. Brilliant performance in games. A downside is accelerometer control in games. So tilting this, you can forget that. Forget it completely, because the accelerometer in this is completely messed up and it's only good for rotating the screen. Like that, for instance. So don't think about playing games with the accelerometer in this. For instance, do jump. I'm going to have to play this landscape because the camera won't fit on otherwise. The camera won't be able to fit the device in, so I'm going to play it wrong. But I can't tilt left and right to play this game. I have to turn on the control where you tap the screen left and right. You have to tap the left and right sides of the screen to be able to play this game, because accelerometer just does not work with games at all. So that's that. At the moment, I would say my favourite game on here is Guns and Glory. But the performance in games is astonishing. This is effectively just a tower defense game for Android, but it's Wild West themed. By the way, these black bars at either side of the screen are supposed to be there. On a normal Android phone it's like that as well. But you know, you get the basic idea. Like I said, I've remapped this. Normally this would send your device to sleep, but I've remapped it to be a home because I hated constantly pressing this back button. But let's open the web browser. I don't know. Now, I don't know if you can see there, but this keyboard is so annoying. I can't type at speed because it constantly repeats letters, and whenever you hit delete, if you hit it near the top of the key, it presses I. Look, you can see my finger is clearly on the delete key there, and it's pressing I, which is useless. So, but the screen is perfectly responsive, just like an iPad screen. Annoying keyboard. And it's a shame really, because it lets the device down that its keyboard is annoying, and sometimes scrolling can be annoying. It's not flicking all the time, but it browses the web sometimes faster than an iPad can. I mean, there's the New York Times website. Okay, and tell you what, I'll give you a demonstration of Flash. Since this device has full Flash 10.1 support, but be warned, if you buy a Vega and intend to use it normally, it will not have Flash support now because they were using an uncertified version and they've had to remove it from the current Vegas. I bought this one before that happened, but don't worry, if you install the Modico custom ROM, you get your Flash back on no matter what model of it you're using. So I just need to. I've messed that up. I can't show you that because I haven't reinstalled the Flash yet, but I'll do that in a later video. Okay, let's go on YouTube. Let's play a YouTube video.
That's not the best you can do. No.
Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Go for the leopard intro. Oh look, it's an Android tablet booting Mac OS X. No, it's YouTube. And it doesn't look too good on the camera, but honestly, I'm watching this here, it looks as if it's playing, as if a Mac has just been reinstalled with OS X Leopard, and it's actually playing its intro video. It's that clear. Pretty cool, right? So pros, very cheap at 250 quid compared to an iPad, and £10 for the Modico subscription. Yeah, it's good as a web browsing tablet. Some games are good on it as long as they don't require the accelerometer. Like things like the eBay app, perfect. Twitter, if you press it, you know, all those apps work fine. Remembering you can only have apps if you install the Modico custom ROM. And then the bad parts, the cons, are the fact that sometimes scrolling doesn't work very well. It lags. Sometimes the touchscreen can stop responding, and on some models it has a dead zone down here, but mine seems to be fine as far as that goes. There's no market support as standard, and oh god, what else? Yeah, the accelerometer doesn't work. That's quite annoying, and the keyboard repeats letters constantly, and you know, it's just awful in that respect. So I would recommend installing a third-party keyboard, such as Smart Keyboard Pro. But even that I find annoying because when I adjust the key size, the G drops below the key, so it looks awful. I don't think there really is much else to talk about. It has got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, you know, the things you'd expect to find on a tablet, and you can get your email on it. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend buying this if you intend to leave it stock. But if you want a cheap iPad that you can live with its problems, I'd recommend this. The battery lasts about a day from a full charge. But yeah, there's pretty good speakers too. Well, this has been a video review of the Advent Vega 10.1-inch multi-touch capable Android Frio 2.2 internet tablet. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate and subscribe. Oh, and a shout out to James Hughes for asking me to do this video. Yeah. Thanks.